Welcome to the B.A.E Pod, episode 46. Look who know it, me. I knew the episode. I am lovely.
I'm Martina Rose. Hello.
Good morning.
Dorothy. Hello, Dorothy.
Good morning, good evening, good night. Whenever you are listening to this, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
As y'all can see, during quarantine, we've become a little bit more consistent. It's so much easier to just log into a computer. Huh?
I don't know about the more consistent thing, because it's so funny because recently I was in contact with somebody that I don't usually speak with, and they said, yo, you still got the podcast?
Well, they're just not paying attention. We have done better. We've done better.
Like, yeah, we still got the podcast. And it was like, yo, you should talk about how Black people be so serious with playing spades. And I was like,
it's actually interesting. You know, it is difficult to get someone to teach you how to play spades. So no one would teach me. And so I learned on the computer. I downloaded one of the spades apps.
Hey, but you taught yourself how to play.
And yeah, I downloaded one of the spades apps and just like learned on the computer. I learned on the computer. First I played against the computer where it like showed me, you know, the rules and stuff. And then once I got better, then I downloaded the spades app to play with real people.
Oh, well, that's good. At least you know how to play.
Yeah, I know how to play now. and I very rarely renege because when you play on the computer, it doesn't let you renege. So it's very rare. Like if I renege, it's truly an accident. You know, some people renege on purpose.
Right.
Like it's very like if I renege, it was completely an accident because I'm not in the habit of reneging because on the computer you cannot throw out something you don't have, or you can't throw it out if you do have it or something. So yeah.
That's good. Look at you. Black people, yes.
I was tired of not knowing.
This is a Black excellence moment that you know how to play spades and you taught yourself, because some people be like,
Do you know how to play?
Yeah, but I'm saying some people just never are even going to attempt if somebody won't teach you.
Yeah, and it's hard to get them to teach you.
Right, because I think by adulthood, people expect for you to know.
Yeah. I mean, I remember like when we were in school, you know, like the last 2 weeks of school, you're not doing nothing, and they would be sitting there at tables playing spades. I'm like, what is this game they're playing?
Oh, Lord.
That probably would have been the time to learn.
You know what I did just recently learn how to play is Tonk. I didn't know how to play Tonk.
That's an old people game, ain't it?
I just learned how to play that since COVID.
Who taught you? It's an old people game, ain't it? Your mama taught you.
A dude taught me, but I don't believe that it's an old people game because I feel like I
thought Tonk and Brit and Gin Rummy, Bridge, one of them. I thought they were all old people games.
But a lot of people play Tonk for money.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm not a gambler, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, yeah, they be like niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now I'm gonna learn how to play that. I Googled it. Here, go right here. I'm gonna learn how to play Tonk too.
Go ahead.
You know what game I like? I like Crazy Eights. You know what Crazy Eights is?
I don't know what that is.
It's pretty much it's Uno with regular cards. Like essentially, it's Uno with regular cards.
Okay.
But you have hands and then you have the overall game. So you know, you play with however many people. It's kind of like elimination. Like you play with however many people, but you get eliminated when you reach 100 points. So each hand that you play, you know, you however many cards you have left, you know, you take the score, and once you reach 100 points, then you're out of the game, and then the rest of the people continue to play until there's one person left.
I'm not learn how to play that because so of course, like with play therapy, I use games a lot. But what I didn't notice is that I'm good at games, maybe because I play with kids a lot. Because
you get more practice.
Just recently, when I've been playing with a very competitive adult, I lose every game, and I just be getting low key mad, like yo, like and then I even tried to pull the card of I'm a girl, you supposed to let me win.
That was not.
But just like seriously competitive, and I'm just like at some point. So now I'm just determined also to find something that I'm going to beat him in because I'm just like I don't know. How you good
Crazy
at
Eights is a good one. If you're good at Uno, and you play Uno with your clients a lot, it's pretty much just like Uno.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
You just take score. And it's like the ace is like play again. So if you can't go out on the ace. It's like if you have an ace, you automatically play again. So you either got to play or you got to pluck. And like if your last card is like an ace, and you try to do like say last card, or some people still say Uno. You can't go out. You have to pull because you can't go out in the ace. It's like 3. You can do kind of how you want, but like the 3 and the 4 are the cards that you can kind of pick. Usually we do 4 skip, 3 reverse, and then of course 2 draw 2. I think those are the only like play cards that you would like make up something for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. Because people be so OD. I'm like, come on now, these competitive. Ugh. Maybe just funny. So how have you been?
I've been good. Still working from home. Let's see. I can't remember the last time for us to be so consistent. I can't even remember the last time we recorded. I think last time we recorded, everyone was still kind of working from home. Since then, my office has resumed. They've been going back to work, but since I have asthma, well, it's 60. I would say it's 30-70. It's 70%. I ain't want to go back to work yet, and 30% of I do have asthma. Maybe 60-40. I don't know, but I also have asthma, so I'm also kind of like cautious. And then another thing too is that they kind of broke us up into days where we'd be going back. We would go every other day, and so the day that I was supposed to go on was the opposite of my other 2 team members, and I kind of felt like, okay, even if I was going back to work, I would be at work when they're at home. I could just be at home. I could just be at home. Like when they're there, I'm not gonna be there anyway. So I can just be at home. But I believe next week, I'm gonna start back going to work. Because my director kind of was like, well, if you don't feel comfortable by phase 3, we're gonna have to look at other options, other solutions. And so I kind of took that as either I'm gonna have to apply for FMLA, or I'm going to have to take vacation, or I don't know. But it's like it's time for me to kind of go back a little bit anyway, because I can't stay out forever.
You haven't had any urge like to break up the monotony? Like at some point, I'm good. Like I start my day at home, but by 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I'm like, oh, I got to get out the house. I don't know if that's because I live alone, but
I think because I think one thing too is like I don't work in the same. Like I get up, and then I go into a completely different room to work, and I've noticed that helps me. That helps me a lot, like tremendously, to go into a different room to work. And then like if it's, especially with things opening up more, like if I want to run to a store, I'll go to like a store. I'll still kind of do stuff to get out of the house if I need to. But for the most part, I have enough stuff, I think, kind of keeping me occupied at home that I'm still cool being at home. Like me having a Cricut, me making stuff with that, that's like something that I guess it's engaging for me. So even though I'm still at home, I'm still doing stuff that's kind of like engaging me and challenging me to where I don't feel like, oh my God, I'm sick of being in the house. I'm still doing stuff that's like different that I wasn't doing prior to this anyway. Like I ain't had no Cricut prior to this for me to be doing that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. Makes sense. So for me, I've been same old, just studying for licensure.
You taking a test? They had to change it because you was gonna take it in June, weren't you?
I'm not telling anybody while I'm taking the test because I don't want any questions about my. But I never really knew that. I never really, I guess, recognized the fact that I have test anxiety. Because at this point, I'm just so anxious about it, and I hope that the feeling when I get there that I just don't draw a blank.
Yeah, but it could be because this is probably like one of the biggest tests you've ever taken.
Yeah, but I took a GRE before.
Oh, you did? But you didn't have to, did you? You didn't have to take it.
I did for the program I wanted to go to ODU for grad school initially.
Oh.
I applied to ODU for their psychology program, and I actually didn't get in. So
really?
And so then that's when I took the year off and worked at the jail. And then that's when I reapplied for Norfolk State and VCU and got into their program. But neither one of them needed a GRE.
Oh, VCU didn't either? Mm-hmm. I knew that I knew that ODU needed one because I had looked into it. But when I looked at their grad program, it wasn't fitting for. I think it's more fitting now. Like if I was to have gone to grad school, it would be more fitting now. But at the time that I was looking, it wasn't quite what I wanted. It wasn't enough digital. Well, shoot. I mean, even Norfolk State wasn't really heavily influenced in digital things, but theirs was like really far off. But I'm sure you'll do fine. You're a good
hopefully, and it's funny because I now have a new goal that I kind of been sitting on that I think I want to do. So I really do want to like kind of get this over with so I can look.
You're not sharing your goal either.
I want to get my Psyche D, so I want to be able to prescribe meds.
So you can do that. Is it like a licensor like you've been doing for that, or the CSAC? Is that what it's called, the CSAC?
No, the CSAC is that. So that's a certified substance abuse counselor, but the Psyche D is a licensed psychologist.
No. Okay. Well, I guess what I'm asking is what will you have to do to get that?
Go back to school.
Oh, okay. Is it an actual like a degree?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a doctoral degree, or is it? Oh.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you know Dr. Boyd, the one that used to.
I remember when you talked about.
She has her Psyche D.
What were you when you were going to Walden? What were you going for?
That I was going to get my doctorate of social work.
So you decided not to do that.
So I was gonna have a DSW. So that wasn't. So the reason why I chose that was because I wanted to. I didn't want research based for my dissertation. I wanted it to be more of I don't know how to describe
experience versus.
So with their program, it's more like a test. It's like more like a presentation, more than
a paper. Okay, I get you what you're saying.
Right. So and that's the difference, I guess, between the doctorate of social work compared to, I don't know. I can't think right now because my mind ain't working. But anyway, that's why I chose that's why I chose that path. So that it would be less of that and more of like a presentation. Like it's kind of, and then it's a lot of other programs that kind of do that, that does that. But yeah. So yeah, because research is just not my thing. Just not my thing as far as like it's just that the way that you present the dissertation is different, basically.
Well, Psyche D sounds good.
Yeah, I just want to be able to prescribe meds at some point. So, yeah, I just want to go back to school for that. But anyway, that's it with me.
Well, good luck.
Right, because that's just more debt.
Well, I mean, student loans will bother me like it bothers other people. Maybe because I work with the government. I'm just thinking, student loan forgiveness.
Right.
Like if I go back to school, I'm definitely gonna have who them people is the people I work for. I'm definitely gonna let them go ahead and pay for it. Now I'm gonna have to work there for another 2 years, but I mean that's fine. But the people that you work for probably pay for yours too. Oh, but even though you've been there longer than any other job, you might not want to stay there another 2 years.
Say it again.
You know they have what's it called? So tuition reimbursement.
Who has that?
I know my job does. My city does. Yours and Newport News does. Your city probably does too.
Like if you go back to school, that they'll reimburse you going back to school. Yeah, I had to figure out the
requirements.
Yeah, of it.
Well, usually you just got to work there. Usually they say you just got to work there for 2 years, and then after you work there for 2 years, if you know whatever you like. When I was with Newport News, they were giving me my money, but I had to pay back my last 2 semesters because I guess it's within the 2 years that within the 2 years that we've given you this check, you have to say after. So I only had to pay back the last 2 semesters because I left prior to that time frame. Which ended up being like 1,500. It was like $750. They gave me like $750 per semester.
Gotcha. Okay. Look at me. I'm up here looking it up because I'm like, maybe I'm saying it right. But yeah, I'm like, what's the difference? I was just looking up the Psyche D, like, what's the difference?
Okay. Well, anyway.
But anyway. But yeah, I mean, yeah, get them to pay for it because at some point this shit is crazy. I mean, you got to keep, when you think about it, because when you think about it too, I mean, when some people are making money and they didn't even go to college, it's kind of like, you just keep putting yourself in the hole. But I do understand.
Well, you know, and that kind of makes me think of too, I don't think it's on our list, but you know, they said Donald Trump signed that executive order where to work for the federal government, they're going to prioritize experience over degrees. You saw that?
No, I missed that.
Yeah, they said, well, a lot of people were reposting it because they were like, I feel some type of way because I agree with this, and it's weird agreeing with something that he did. But I mean, I feel twofold on it. I feel like, you know, that's great for the people that don't have degrees. They're able to get jobs and, you know, work and get decent jobs. But then I think about all the people who prior to this were kind of made to feel like if you don't have a degree, you ain't gonna get no job. Now they've already spent their time and spent their money to go get this degree. And now just because they've spent the last 4 years in school trying to get ahead, now the people that don't have to get ahead can just apply and your degree gets you no type of leg up as it should. So I mean, I see how it's great for the people that don't have degrees, but it's not great for people that don't. Because for the most part, people go to school for the purpose of, oh, I'm going to need a leg up to get a specific job. And now you're saying that, oh, if I want to work for the federal government, I don't even need that leg up anymore, but I've already done it. What am I supposed to do now that I've done it already?
Yeah, I did not. When did that take? It's been recent.
Yeah, I'll find it. I'll send it to you. Yeah, I think I saw him posted like last week. And I actually remember a specific person that posted it. So I can go to his page and send it to you. But yeah, because I feel both ways on it. It's great. It's fantastic for people that don't have a degree. But, you know, if I've already been in school, like, okay, so that what? Now you telling me I'm in school for nothing.
That's exactly what he told you.
But it's just for federal. It's just for federal jobs. So it's not like it's for like every single aspect. It's just for federal jobs. I just feel like a lot of those kind of get prioritized over people in the military anyway.
Gotcha. Makes sense. So, what did we talk about? We do need to promote the fact that we're now going to be on YouTube.
I was gonna wait for it to happen. Cause y'all, this is Jasmine's lane. This is Jasmine's project in the podcast. So I was gonna wait till it happened.
And what is the email? So what is our email?
The B.A.E podcast at gmail.com. It's the same podcast, the email you can't get in.
Exactly, but I'm just telling people, email us questions, ideas. Yeah, we appreciate it. We love it. We love it. We love to see it. But we're gonna be on YouTube, so it's a visual for right now. That is a step moving forward. Amen.
And Jasmine has been wanting visuals for a long time. I don't know why they let me be up here cute.
It ain't about that. It's the fact that that's what I do at work. I watch YouTube. I love YouTube. You know, now
I don't watch. People don't know how to work what?
I said now I'm at home, so it's a little bit different. But I'm just saying that's
right. Well, yeah. Now we'll be on YouTube. Allegedly.
Who is that?
Someone is at the front door.
I don't know. Somebody got some, like, maybe some food. Like,
the thing talking to you and everything, that would have scared the hell out of me.
Well, then you want to be here because I got it set up so that if somebody walks in our backyard, it tells me motion detected in the backyard. Because nobody's supposed to be back there. So if somebody's walking back there, I want to know.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll do that. But the only problem is sometimes like when we're asleep, it'll be like, motion detected in the backyard. And so we'll go to look and it's like a possum. It doesn't happen it doesn't happen often, but occasionally it's like, oh my God, who's back there? Maybe a possum at the door trying to get in.
It just leads me to technology is so good and technology is so bad. such a double-edged sword.
Yes, I agree. Because sometimes, like, the ring will go, the motion will go off. Because some days it seems like it's more sensitive than others, and it'll go off, and you look and it's nothing. It's not a big deal, and you think, well, if I didn't have this set up, I wouldn't have even had to look.
Right.
But in the opposite of that is that, like, I've had my car stolen from right in front of my house. I've had my car stolen from right in front of my house before, to where it's like, okay, well, I'd rather have it. Like, I've literally had someone steal my car, and then we have people that from other neighborhoods or from other places that come out here and, like, pull on the door handles to see whose door is unlocked to try to steal out the car. So even though it can be worrisome, because a lot of times I look and it is nothing, there's also times where, okay, well, I haven't looked, and like when I didn't have it, they stole my car. They opened my one, which was dumb on my behalf, of course, but because I had the spare key to my other car, which is a car I didn't drive off, to my old car and my new car. But it was in, like, the one of the little storage things. I'm not thinking, oh, somebody's gonna go in my car, whatever. So I think it was one night I was taking, I had, like, water that I was taking into the house. So I forgot to lock my door. So they were pulling the handle to check for my new car, and they found the key and stole the other car. And I didn't have a ring back then. So it's like, oh, no, did I? No, I didn't have a ring back then. So, it's like you said, it's a double edge. It's like you spend time looking at stuff that ain't there, that you wouldn't have to if you didn't have it. But then you worry about people, violating you and your possessions if you don't.
Yeah. But then that's true. I definitely understand that. But I've had clients, of course, that I know one client, she used to come in my office and just sit and look on the phone at the ring, like, while we're in session. Like, she was kind of like, that
What
was
was she
like,
looking for? She was paranoid?
that was like one of her fears. Like, all she did was, like, look at the news and, like, stuff like that.
What was her fear? That just something bad was going to happen?
Yeah, just constant paranoia. It's not necessarily something did happen. I mean, she's had
she's had something traumatic happen.
Right, but not to the necessity like somebody broke into the house and now you just irrational.
Yeah.
It's not been that.
But watching the news will do that to you.
Yeah, very true.
Make you think of everything bad that could happen.
I be talking about a break from social media, because, like, you really can cause yourself to have, like, the post-traumatic stress from, like, the effects of, just, like, looking at that on a constant basis. And, like, at some point, it's like irrational fears. Some people start to have those.
Yeah.
Because maybe because I listen to it all the time. Like, I'm just like I've had somebody just this week that she feels like somebody's watching her, and she talks about she looked out the window and saw a car parked.
She thought they were watching her?
Right. And I'm like, is that something of the norm? She's like, yeah, people park down the street all the time.
So it's more odd because she knows that, and she's still...
Right. Exactly, but she still has, like, dang, they watching me, who was that, like, like that whole thing. But that's just off, come off. But it's just the whole thing of, like, so, like, seeing people, when people share people being killed, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like, a trigger for some individuals, like, so it's just like all these different things. I'm just like, yeah, just take a break sometimes, like the news and everything else.
Well, I know one thing I'm sick of is in the Ring app. The people post literally every night. I heard gunshots every single. One time I had to comment and say, "Are you sure it ain't fireworks?" Like, they are literally posting every single night. Like, right here, my family heard the sounds of many gunshots 2 times each.
Like the Ring app, like the...
it's not video. They're just literally posting, I heard gunshots. Like, every single... At first, they used to always post about people pulling their door handles, which that one, I mean, it was annoying to always see, but at least it was actual video of somebody doing wrong. They just post all the time, I heard gunshots. Jesus Christ. Like,
that's interesting. My neighborhood has that, like a neighborhood app, like, and it's
yeah, like, I got that one too.
Yeah,
I turn my notifications off for that one because they don't be, the people that I see, they don't be talking about nothing. They got too much. They selling stuff up there. They asking who does home improvement. That one's a little bit too much variety. So I think the only time I get up there like maybe once a week just to see if there's anything new or newsworthy. And if not, I don't even worry about it. I don't even worry about it. But yeah, you're right. Especially when everything was really, right after George Floyd had been murdered, and like, social media was really just on it. I would get on there every day because I still felt the need to, like, at least on Twitter and stuff, to like share posts and to share what I could. But after a couple hours, I'd have to get off it. And then I would forget. And then I would just be not doing nothing. And then I would pick it up again because I forgot why I got off it earlier. And then I'd have to get off it again.
Oh, Lord. So right now, social media is booming with Jada and August.
Yeah.
Interview. Like,
I don't know why people surprised.
That's what I'm saying. What are y'all surprised by?
Like, did y'all not see that Red Table Talk? I'm just like, y'all didn't see that Red Table Talk?
Are they surprised that he said it? Or are they surprised that they doing it? I mean, like, at some point, I think, yeah.
Well, they done now, ain't they? He said that he loved her.
But are they surprised that he verbalized it that way? Or are they surprised because it happened?
I don't know.
Because
when they did,
you should have done something. So that's what I'm just like. So y'all just
Red Table Talk, they sounded real friendly. I was like, that looks a little.
Suspect.
And then listen to the Joe Budden podcast. Well, see, so there was that one episode of Joe Budden podcast after August Alsina made that post for Jada's birthday. Did you hear that episode?
Yes.
But see, and what's funny is that when they discussed it on Joe Budden podcast, they hadn't watched that episode of Red Table Talk with August Alsina up there. They hadn't seen it because I think that following episode, that's when they had said, like, oh, we went back and we saw, the Red Table Talk and how, they're saying they're really close and stuff. But still, it always seemed like an odd relationship. And then there's a lot of people on Twitter saying how she took advantage of him.
What do you about that? So they talking about, I do like the conversation, like, about predatory behavior, because if this was vice versa and this was a male and a female, would it have been more frowned upon?
I don't know. I think
already frowning.
I think that it's hard for me to have an opinion on that because
you 30, Leslie. When you talk to somebody that's half your
No. Listen to what I'm saying. I think it's hard for me to have a perspective on that because I don't feel like to be taken advantage of. Like, some people, I've seen people say, like, well, he lost his mom. No, he lost his sister. He lost family members. He battled with lupus. He's dealt with a lot of traumatic things, and that's why she took it. That's why they consider her having taken advantage of him.
Because he was vulnerable. Mm-hmm. He also
right, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like he was old enough. So the perspective of people that are saying like he was taken advantage of, I can't fully grasp that, because to me, I'm still thinking like, yeah, but he was, grown. He was grown.
I don't think. Well, I get that he grown. I do get the grown, but I do feel like, besides looking at that, if it was flipped, just simply that fact, if it was flipped the other way around, it was a male and a female, would it be different? I'm not even thinking about the fact that he's grown. I get that.
I just don't.
Because like why do people condemn? Okay, now when we talk about R. Kelly, of course there are some underage people, but when I'm talking about like that girl Ariel, she grown.
But when she met him, she was like 17 or 18. So to me, being a fresh 17, 18 is a much younger and more impressionable age. Like me at 17 and 18, I was not mentally mature. Definitely not to be dealing with no.
21. I don't feel like I don't even feel like I was at 21 though either.
Yeah, but August Alsina was 20 something.
Oh, he was 21 when he met her. He not.
Well, did he? Somebody said he was 27 now. I'm like, he isn't no damn 27. Is he 27?
I don't know what he is, but it said 21 when they started.
When they started a relationship?
I think it was 21 when it started.
I thought he was like 25. Oh.
And then it lasted for 4 years.
Oh, I thought he was like 25.
It was 21 when it started, and then it lasted for 4 years. So I think it ended.
I don't know. I have conflicting feelings on it. I do. I have, but just in general.
I do believe it's a double standard. If it was a male, I think it would have been really probably frowned upon.
Well, even with a man, even with a male, I just because it's like, I don't know. Just when they say taking advantage of, I don't know. That it just, unless you are there, you just don't know. Like, what if he made the first move? Like, what if he was the one that pursued her? Like, is it still taking advantage of?
Right. I think people think about circumstance though, because like, what if you're dating this is just a whole thing. But like, what if you and the person are the same age? You're in a relationship and your mate dies, and then you end up having sex with somebody else that was there for you. You know how people always say,
yeah.
That's people still look at that as taking advantage.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That term, it when they say like someone's taking advantage of, you just don't know all the details to know if that's factual. And then even looking at his interview, I didn't see all of it. I just saw the clip that the Shade Room posted.
I was really kind of surprised that Angela Yee, like, I think she did a good job.
Well, first of all, I was like, where's she at? Because, she don't generally do interviews that I see outside of the Breakfast Club besides her lip service. I was like, where they at?
Right.
But, I mean, even as he was articulating himself, at this point now, even if he was 21 when this happened, he is grown now. I think they said he was 27. He might be 30. I don't remember him being that young, but who knows? But he is older now. And even now, he is explicitly saying, I loved her. I love her. If I was to die right now, I would be good with where our relationship is. So I'm like, well, did she take it? Like, he's not mad at her. He has no ill feelings towards her or any ill. Like, he's talking like he is perfectly cool with this woman. So did she take advantage of him, or did they just have a consensual relationship where they good?
Okay, he's 27 now.
Okay, well, I thought he was like our age. I mean, I guess 27 ain't far from our age, but
yeah, he was born in 92. I think that I think at some point.
Has his birthday not come yet?
No, because he'll be
okay.
His birthday's in September.
Oh, okay.
But I think too that at some point that when people think about vulnerabilities too, they expect for you to, I think is an image behind it. And I think that the fact that he does not look weak plays a big part. Like, his presentation or everything is not like a weak person that comes off that be like, oh my gosh, I feel bad. Like, and because like you're saying, he's now in this place that he's like, oh, I got love for her. But of course, as a victim, nobody really says like, I'm a victim. Like, it take a while to get to like that, but I really don't think that was the issue either. I think it was consensual. But I do think if it was flipped and it was a man, people be looking like, ew, that's gross. Instead of right now, people look at like, oh, that's terrible because it's just a marriage. But at some point, a lot of people have open marriages. Like, that's not.
A lot of people that I see on Twitter are saying like, oh, it's gross. Like, they're saying it's gross. I guess my thing, I just wonder, like, what's the expectation? So, either way, okay, let's say they hung out and she developed feelings for him and she made a move. Okay, that's considered taking advantage of him. He's vulnerable, whatever. But then, like, okay, what if she's developed feelings for him? She's like, oh no, he's in a vulnerable state. I'm gonna, he's younger. I'm not gonna do anything because, he's whatever. She don't do nothing. And then he makes a move to let her know, hey, I feel the same way too. Like, is she supposed to say, no, you're vulnerable? I guess I'm trying to figure out what would be the expected course of action if someone is going through a traumatic experience and they making a move. They just be like, no. I just need clarity.
I don't know when is that, but I think that a lot of times because of what they have portrayed is that he was going through a lot. They're portraying, you got to think about what is being presented. So every perception is everything. They said on the Red Table Talk when they brought it up, we met because he came to a concert for Willow, and he was going through a lot. So we reached out to help. If you're saying you reached out to help, that's like a mentor type relationship. So it's kind of like, well, when did it change? I mean, at some point,
that's another thing too. Like, at one point, what if they did the work and now he's not vulnerable? He got the help he needed, and he was no longer in need of that dire help. Like, what if that's when a relationship started? It's just enough that we don't know for everybody to be on the internet dragging everybody.
But even like, I'm just like, at some point, people are talking so bad about open relationships, but people have threesomes. To me, that's an open relationship. Like when you bring anybody
until you obey it.
Right. When you bring anybody in, I'm like, Tiana Taylor made a whole song about threesomes with Iman. So I'm just like, so what's the difference between that? Like, in my opinion, because I just feel like, and that's the same, it's the same thing. Like at some point, they're bringing somebody into what is supposed to be two people.
Well, and then it's irritating too because they're online talking about, what Jada never loved Will like that. Will didn't stand a chance after Tupac died. And it's like, what are y'all even? What does that have to do with anything?
And you know what? I think a lot of times, and I'm not married, of course, so I like.
Oh, and me either. So take what we say with a grain of salt. We ain't got nail husband.
Right, but what I do believe is that people fail to realize that marriage is not all love. Marriage is also a business. It's a contract. It's a partnership. It's all of these things. That's why you got to sign for it. You're signing a contractual. I can't say the word right. I think that's it. But you're signing an agreement to something with somebody, and it's bigger than just, oh, I love him. It's so much bigger than that. So of course,
a lot of people get married. A lot of people get married because of the legal benefits. Like a lot of people, I know I went to one wedding. I mean, this was 2017. They had got married, but the groom was pretty much saying, that's been my wife. We just doing this for the legal part. Mm-hmm. Like that's been my wife. So some people don't even, it's like, oh, I'm just doing this for the papers.
Right. But I'm just saying also when things become one, like, you know what I'm saying? At that point, who want, like, I don't want to mess up like, oh, shoot, we got to split this if you don't have a prenup. Like, you don't know what their finances is, like, if it's more beneficial for them to be together. Like, at that point, you just don't know what is what. But,
I mean, maybe it just works for them to be married and to do a little something with some of the bodies.
It may work for them. And if that works,
it may work. Maybe they want to be married to each other and still want to bump and grind with some other folks. It ain't for me.
But if it's for them, it's just that.
But I also am not, I mean, I probably still wouldn't be for me, but you also got to look at a lifestyle too. They are rich. These are two people that have been rich majority of their lives because they both started acting at very early ages. So they have always had what they wanted when they wanted it. Maybe they're bored. They're older. They're older. They've lived life. They've traveled. They've seen whoever and did whatever. Like maybe they're like, you know what? We old. I'm bored. You bored. Let's do what we want to do. They don't. I know this is. I don't know. Have you ever played The Sims? You ever played The Sims?
No.
But you know what it is, the game.
Yes.
It's like when you play The Sims, there are cheat codes where you can get unlimited money. And when you do that, it's so boring. Like I was in some group and they were like, what? It's people that play The Sims and don't use the cheat. When you have unlimited money in The Sims, it's boring. You can buy whatever you want. Your person ain't got to go to work. Like it's boring. Mm-hmm. And so when that happens, sometimes you end up making like, I'm so bored. I'm gonna make them cheat with the neighbor down the street. Because I kind of run Sims like real life. Like I try not to be immoral. I try not to have folks cheating on folks. But when you're bored, they got all the money. They ain't got to go to work. They ain't got to do this. They ain't got to do that. I'm gonna let them cheat with Sally Mae down the street. Because it's boring. They got everything they need.
So basically, you saying it's okay if you get bored in a relationship?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that the people are downing the way that these people are choosing to live their life.
Yeah, everybody got them.
And they're not, sometimes you need a little extra perspective. For us, we're like, oh no, I would never do that. But we also are regular ass people that gotta go to work every day. And our life is full enough. Well, we ain't got time to be, some of us ain't got time to be in an open relationship. When I'm gonna have time, I gotta go to work. I gotta take care of myself. I gotta do this. When you ain't got nothing but time, well shoot, maybe I can't have little Sally Mae from down the street come up in my house. I can't, but I'm just saying.
I've been single for a long time. I think at some point when you miss, I had a lot of fun in my 20s. I'm good at this point.
Oh, I had a ball.
Yeah.
A ball.
What ball you had? You been locked and keyed up.
I still had what you mean? First off, just because you're in a relationship does not mean you cannot still have a good time. I still had a good time. I still went out and did what I wanted to do.
Or you didn't see all these different penises. You kind of missed out.
I've seen enough of them. I saw enough of them. Just because I am in a relationship and I have been in a relationship for a while does not mean that I did not see more than one. Ma'am.
I think by the time I get like, if I still stay out here I'll be over it. By the time, so the rest of my life, I can really chill.
Don't listen to Jasmine. I've had a good enough time. Don't pay her no mind. I've had a good enough time. I could get married. I've had a good enough time that I could get married and I'd be fine. So don't pay her no mind.
But you know what? It is a sad world we live in because I'm starting to hear a lot of women be faking orgasms I don't know. As I get older,
they still do.
Are
they just trying to speed it up because they tired, or they always got to do it?
I don't know, but also, I mean, I don't know what they're doing because I don't live my life like that. But I wonder, but I'm wondering too because Meg Thee Stallion. I love her new song. Maybe
I ain't heard it.
On the ride too. You say you haven't heard it?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I'm very behind on music since the pandemic started.
Wow, but yeah, the Girls in the Hood. She talk about she don't be faking, but I'm just like, because I'm starting to hear that a lot from people, and I just be so sad for them. Because I just be like,
well, damn, Jasmine, it just came out June 26th.
No, but before that, I have a very good friend of mine that fakes, and she admits.
Okay, I'm just talking about the song. I was just talking about the song. You said the song just came out June 26th.
And you didn't watch B.A.E?
What, the awards?
Yeah.
No.
I'm surprised you didn't watch it because I just watched it to support Amanda.
The virtual, no.
Yeah, I just watched it to support Amanda.
I'm not one for pre-recorded things, unless it's like 90 Day Fiancé. Like if it's like a show, but like, I don't want to watch no pre-recorded award show where they already know everything.
Yeah, it was just videos though. Like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it wasn't no live performances. The people are at sets. They're in sets. Like now I need it.
I like videos though. Like I watch YouTube a lot.
Yeah, weird. I watch YouTube a lot too, but I watch like reviews and stuff. You wouldn't enjoy my YouTube playlist.
No, I watch videos. Like I play videos and stuff. So yeah, so it was on my radar. But yeah, she performed the song, half of it there too. That's why I said dang. But
But you said you have a friend that regularly fakes orgasms.
Right. And I'm just trying to figure out why people.
Did you ask her why?
No, maybe I didn't start there.
I mean, because if she shared that with you.
But at this point, it's not even like she did it more than once. So that's why I'm just like, I mean, well, more than one person.
But this is my thing. I don't see how she could share that with you, and your first response ain't, well, why you do that?
It might have been why, but I think at this point, it ain't the first time I heard it. So, of course, at this point right now, while I'm thinking in my correct mind, no.
You was drunk when you heard it. Okay.
Right. So
I don't know why I didn't put that together.
I don't know. But that was a good question that I was going to ask. I don't even know why I was going to ask her because she.
Well, girl, if you listen to this, can you please tell Jasmine why you do this? So she can report back to us. You ain't even got to email us. Just text Jasmine and tell her why.
The B.A.E pod.
Just tell us why, because that would have been a great way to expound on the subject if we knew why. But we don't know why she's doing it.
This is what I think. This is what Dorothy thinks too. We both think it's because of the fact that she don't want to hurt their feelings. That's what I think, me personally, because I think that nice, genuine people don't like to hurt people's feelings. But I do believe your response could be.
Is she in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay, well,
I get what you're saying. The whole thing about you tired, I just want to get it over with.
I mean, even with that, I just be like, I'm tired. Can we?
But you're so comfortable. Yeah, right. Like I'm so comfortable.
That's why I'm asking, are they in a relationship? Because if you're in a relationship, it's like, or even if you're not tired, excuse me, this ain't working. We got to flip. We got to do something else. This ain't working for me.
Yeah.
If it's your boyfriend,
it is, but I don't feel the need to stroke anybody's ego.
That's what I'm saying. Why can't you just be like?
You basically saying it's a struggle for single women and not really relationships because you kind of can be honest.
No, I'm not necessarily saying it's a struggle for single woman, but I can see a single woman not wanting to hurt this man's feelings versus like it's your whole ass boyfriend. It's your boyfriend. You fart and poop in front of this man.
She's too nice then, because
You walk around naked in front of this man. You do everything else in front of this man, but you can't tell him like, that ain't the spot. We gotta do something else.
Right. That's sad.
Or I'm tired. Like I'm too tired. You gotta speed this up.
You just provided perspective that I'm even more sad if he's not comfortable to tell him.
Something else is wrong in the relationship because it's like, what you beating around the bush for? That's your man. If you can poop and fart in front of your man, you can tell him that.
I didn't live to listen. I just don't have I don't have no tolerance. I'm not about to pretend for you, and I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna pretend, but I damn sure, even if I don't feel comfortable to say it in the moment, like right then and there, I'm not gonna pretend. But I'm definitely going afterwards. When we talk, I'm like, listen, that was trash.
That won't it.
What is going on?
That won't it.
Yeah, because you got to be honest, because that is. I'm gonna have to ask. Now I'm gonna ask why me. I'm just thinking about like
you got to say me and somebody,
because that is sad.
Yeah, like like what's wrong? Where's the disconnect in the relationship that you can't just say it? I'm probably too.
When Megan said it in the song, it just really kind of brought back the conversation because Megan's song just came out.
Yeah. You never played Sims? I haven't heard the song.
I tell you. But anyway. It's okay. Oh, I thought this would be a good topic for you. So I had seen on somebody somewhere that it said that Black women are not able to be introverts in a professional setting.
I saw that. You have my thoughts on it? Or you want to go first?
Because I was really, because I was just like, oh, that's I feel like I could relate to it because I'm just like when they provided the examples, but I can't really relate to it because I'm not the minority at work.
I am.
But that's why I thought about you when I kind of thought about it, because I'm like, well, I'm not the minority at work, so I really don't have these issues, so to speak.
I'm gonna assume, and maybe after I go, you can tell me the examples, because I'm gonna assume that maybe it depends on like your personality, because I do consider myself, or at least when I first got there,
huh? Let me give you examples that they said.
No. Let's see if I hit anything first, or if I'm close. So because for myself, like even when I started working, I consider myself to be more on the introverted side at work. Just because I don't go to work to make friends. Mm-hmm. If we get along, great at work. Like if I get along with I always try to get along with my coworkers, but I'm not there to like be all friend and be up in your face and stuff. So even now, I think I am introverted at work, but because of my new boss and me and her, even prior to her working there, we're already so cool. Of course, I have someone to talk to more, but for the most part, I stay in my office. Like I'm not kikiing and cackling and all that stuff for the most part throughout the day. Like I think I am introverted, and even I think it comes across too because sometimes like other coworkers that will be directed or that will be told certain things or whatever that goes to them. They don't even bother with me. They don't even bother to bring some of the mess that I've seen other coworkers deal with. They don't even bother with me. Because they probably know I'm not, like, that ain't me. You ain't going to come up in here and bring that to me. And I'm going to be accepting of it or tolerable of it. I'm going to say something that's either sarcastic or something that's not probably going to rub you right. So they are kind of already know. So I feel like I have been able to be introverted. Now, it is possible that maybe they feel like I'm standoffish or maybe they do feel some type of way about it, possibly. But because I mind my business, I don't know and I don't care.
Right.
So I don't, maybe we can't, I thought, I'm like, well, maybe, maybe they do have some sort of negative feelings like they, we don't really get to talk and joke with her like that because she kind of stays to herself. But I mean, I don't care. I just, my business. And I talk to them enough that I have a decent relationship with all my coworkers, but they just know that I ain't about to be laughing with y'all all day. Ain't nothing that funny for me to be up in y'all office laughing all day like I ain't got work to do.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So the what it says that it's draining. So the examples, it was just we have to intentionally smile, be friendly, be warm, make small talk when there is none, and generally go out of our way to show that we're not mad. If not, we're assumed to have an attitude, and we get ignored and overlooked.
From what I have observed at my place of work, a lot of that stuff is happening, but it's happening to everybody. Like they want everybody to make small talk, period. It's one, but then I have some like, it's like one or two coworkers that kind of irritate me with some of like it's this one gentleman I work with, and it's like you can have spoke to him all day, but if y'all walk past each other if we walk past each other in the hallway, he just has to say something. He cannot walk past me or anybody without just saying something. And like I said, I don't think it's me. I think that's just him. He just has to say something if he walked past you in the hallway, even if y'all spoke 3 times already. This is him.
With silence.
Huh? Yeah. Yes. Or I have this one coworker where, she'll get there at 7:00 in the morning, and I'll get there at 8:30 is still early for me. So if I'll get there at 8:30, I don't want to hear as soon as I walk in the door, "Good morning." Like, ma'am, let me get to my office. Let me get myself together. Like, I still got to get myself in gear. And she's just so chipper, but she does it to everybody.
Right.
And she does it to everybody. So I don't know if maybe, like I said, I think me not caring is the main effect of me of being oblivious to it. But one thing I can say is that, like the other day, I had a coworker. She's a white woman. She reached out to one of my other coworkers who's a Black girl, and had just reached out to her, and the other young lady is a little bit more tender-hearted than I am. And she had just reached out to her and just told her, like, I want to check on you and make sure you're good. I know with everything going on, this is when all the riots and
you said this last podcast.
Oh, okay. So she finally got to me. I sent out an email yesterday, and she emailed me and she said, "Hey, I haven't seen you in person because I've been in office. I haven't seen you in person, but I just wanted to let you know that you matter to me. With everything going on." I thought that was so sweet. And I think, and we'll see what I think. I think it's 2 different approaches. With the other young lady, because she's a little bit more tenderhearted and needs a little bit more loving on, she gave her a little bit more of that loving on. And for me, she knew that a quick email, "Hey, I just want you to know you matter to me, regardless of everything else is going on. You matter to me." I'm like, okay, good. So they know that I ain't just a bitch. They just know I just be minding my business. Right. And they're okay with that. They're okay with me being my introverted self up in my office, minding my business. And they still rock with me.
And see, and the thing is, I'm introverted at work, but I also, even though I work on a team, a lot of my work is alone.
Yeah.
So me being introverted is not really frowned upon at my work, but I do know at my former job, it would come up, and my former supervisor was Caucasian. It did come up, a lot of times, like I would close my door. I'm closing the door because I don't want to be bothered. Like, right. like that.
I'm working.
Right. So she would come up, but after a while, I think she started to understand my personality. And it was kind of like what you said, like walking down the hallway. It's like, oh, I got to smile. I got to say something. That was kind of like how it was. But I think it also benefit me sometimes that I'm like that, because when I spoke up to advocate for a client, it was kind of like, oh, she's speaking.
Yeah. Like, she's like just talking to talk.
Right. So okay, we're gonna go
Let's
ahead
see
and
what she got to say. Right.
Right. Like, because she just doesn't, just does it, like, just be like you're saying, talk. So I think it benefited me that that's my personality, because when I did speak up and say something, it really the perception was, okay, we're gonna take good, like we got it. And then it was kind of like, okay, we're gonna go with that. That's her suggestion, because I don't do all the extra.
Right. Time. And see, when you mentioned the teams, my prior team, my team before that, my team before the one I have now, even though we were a team, we worked very separately. We worked very, very separately. And it's funny because my director actually had mentioned something to my former direct supervisor about my door being closed. And he stood up for me. He was like, "Oh no, she's doing what she's supposed to be doing and stuff. even though her door is closed, she's still handling her business.
Right.
But I mean, we work very separately or independently where I didn't need to have my door open and to, again, be really extroverted. Right. Now with my team, like I said, the lady that I work with that I worked with prior, she is all about collaboration. Very much so about collaboration. So even though we haven't all been in the office because of the pandemic and stuff, like she got hired in February, and then the new young lady that we got, she started in May. So we haven't all been in the office setting to be like that, but like I can already tell I am going to have to be a little bit more out there because we're as a team, we're going to work more as a team and more codependently, I guess. Like we're going to be very collaborative in everything. And I mean, one thing that, my boss said is that, like, I don't understand, how did y'all do stuff? And like, y'all didn't know what each other had going on because y'all weren't working together. Like y'all are a whole team. It's not like, where y'all are working with clients and stuff. We are working with media. Like we need to know who's doing what. Did this get sent out and stuff? So that probably will cause me to be a little bit more extroverted. However, it probably will just be within my team. The rest of the folks probably won't really see much of a difference.
Gotcha. Yeah, but that is very I guess touching is the word I come up with for the lady to say that.
Yeah, no, it was very
during this time, right? Because I mean, I guess because I work with a lot of Black people, like nope, the conversation is like more so like damn than more so like I feel for you, because I mean, and the few individuals that are not of Black descent, they haven't said anything, but I've also never felt, I've never felt like they're prejudiced or
they probably just don't know what to say,
right? You know what I'm saying? And I've never, and maybe because I'm introvert, I'm not having no conversation with them anyway. So
right. And see, even with well, see, she's one of my favorite. I mean, she's one of my favorite coworkers because she is one of the ones that tends to mind her business. She's not one of the ones that just talks just to talk. If she says something to me, it's something. It's not just a surface conversation of like whatever. Like she's saying something. Our conversations are enjoyable. She don't just do chit chat just for whatever because we walking down the hall and she needs something to talk about.
Right.
And she minds her business. She don't be in business. She don't be asking questions that got nothing to do with her. Like she's really good. So she already was one of my favorite coworkers. And so just the fact that she said that, and when she told the other girl that, she didn't really know what to say, and but she wanted to say something, it still made her kind of nervous. She didn't know how to necessarily approach it. So the fact that she didn't know what to say and it made her feel, I guess, nervous to say something, but she said it anyway, that you got over your reserve to still let us know, like, hey, I want you to know, you matter. I mean, I'm much better than I was at first, but the first couple of weeks was hard.
Right.
The first couple of weeks was really, really hard.
Definitely. And then it's so many different theories and stuff. Cause I don't know, I had posted on my Instagram just today that, when you follow different people have, everybody has so many different mindsets and perspectives and theories and thoughts and opinions. And it was said that like July 4th that, it's going to be militia groups out doing things. And like, I'm just like, it's just always something. It's like this whole war.
I mean, some people just want to invoke fear too.
Right, but at some point it's like some type of war. But I have like one of my friends, he is adamant. He is not he not doing nothing July 4th weekend, like nothing. Like I am adamant in the fact that I'm going to do absolutely positively nothing because that's not my holiday. You know what I'm saying? And then, I'm not knocking that for that, but it is, other individuals, they celebrated Juneteenth and they still like, oh shoot, I got a 3-day weekend. I'm celebrating now too. Now, I'm not celebrating.
Yeah.
I'm not celebrating because
I'm off. I want to have a cookout. Boom.
Right. Yeah. I want to have time. Right. So
I don't think nothing wrong with that. I just think it's weird when I've always thought it was kind of weird when Black people would like have like 4th of July like decorations and stuff. I used to be like, y'all really like y'all celebrate. Like y'all like celebrate. Like y'all not just having a cookout. Y'all like got decorations. Right. Y'all went to the store and bought red, white, and blue napkins and tablecloths. And y'all got shirts. Like I always thought that was kind of weird.
But I didn't know about Juneteenth until college. undergrad.
Oh yeah, I found out late. I think I found out a couple years ago.
Yeah, but last year I went. Well, I guess last year I celebrated. I went to a Juneteenth bar crawl.
Oh, that's cool.
All the black bars in the area have had discounted drinks, and like it was like a hop and stuff like that. But yeah, I didn't know about the holiday until I was in, because I took a Black History class in college, so I didn't know about it till then.
It's I mean, well, like even my mom said she didn't know. I was like, okay, girl, well, let me. I said, you got tomorrow off because we got off for the state. And she was like, well, what is it? What is Juneteenth? I said, okay, girl, well, let me sit you down and tell you, because I'm gonna need you to know when somebody else asks you.
Right.
So I told her, what it is, exactly, everything that I learned not too long ago.
Right.
She's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's like, I ain't learned that in school, and I thought so and so did a good job teaching it. I had to say, none of us learned it in school. None of us.
Definitely a teacher.
That's why the white people think that we made it up last week. They think we just pulled it out because of everything going on, and it's like, no, y'all. I think last year I posted like Happy Juneteenth on my works page. And it was really good because this year, like, we actually put out a whole blog and everything about it. So I was like, okay, this is like, makes me feel good that my job, we're putting stuff out there, we're not trying to just look a certain way and not have nothing to say about real issues.
That's good though. I don't know. I did want to talk about this because I went out and I was sitting amongst my peers. And I really wasn't paying no mind to the conversation because I was so captivated by my text message conversation. So I really wasn't in tune with what was going on around me until somebody said something and I looked up and I'm just like, what the hell is wrong with us as people, women? So the conversation, basically what happened was one female was talking to another female. And so the one female was just like, yeah, that just like I thought my boyfriend was gay, you know what I'm saying? Just how you think your boyfriend is gay. Type, like, basically that's what she said. Like, just like how I thought my boyfriend was gay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think because what happens, I guess, to rewind a little bit,
please.
I was saying I can't date, before I got captivated by my phone, I was saying I can't date a man that I don't feel protected with. Like, I don't see me dating like the man that I feel like he's soft, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. Like, I like that feeling of, you want to feel
like your man can protect you if something happens.
Right. So the woman was like, I was like, well, like, she would date somebody like that. The one particular woman, I was like, yeah, you'll date somebody like that. So then I don't know what, because then I went down to my phone, so I got lost. So I just know that's how I started, and then it was just talking to another female. She was just like, yeah, cause your boyfriend gay. So basically, the one girl who was dating a guy that people used to call gay. Used to say he's gay, right? Okay. She felt like he was gay. Now the person she was talking to is in a relationship with somebody that people say the same thing about her boyfriend, that he's gay. So when I looked up, I wanted clarity at that point because I'm just like, wait, you date somebody that people call gay? And then she was just like, well, he's metro.
What do you mean? I mean, I know what metro mean, but just because they metro, people don't be thinking that they just gay because they metro, do they? Did I miss that?
I'll have more clarity for you, but that's a good follow-up question.
Ma'am, you keep bringing these things here for us to discuss that you get it from other people, but you won't ask the people the questions.
Woo.
Just because a man is metro, I don't feel like
this is the thing.
They're automatically considered gay.
It does not. But I'm trying to figure out, when did people get comfortable with dating people that they're saying, if you're telling people, I need the verbiage of it wasn't people. Well, when the girl cleaned it up, she said people think he's gay. But the first girl said, just like you think your boyfriend gay. So at that point, I felt like you have articulated to her
that you also think what the people think.
So why you with him?
Maybe she think he's bi.
Which brings me to my question that I put. women dating men that
What is this question?
I put that in our chat. Women dating men that they feel are bisexual. I'm just like, I just need clarity.
Where you gonna get clarity from? I don't even know what you put this in here for. What we gonna say? I don't think my boyfriend is bisexual, so I have nothing to. I have no input.
But I'm just confused on like what, because that is, I need a third party, because I'm just trying to figure out too. If everybody think you gay, why you? If you don't want a bisexual man though.
I'm just trying to figure out what you think we about to say about this.
Because it was just so baffling that
you asking the question.
I was so baffled. I was at the table with two women that both have dated people that they felt were bisexual. That's what I took away from the conversation. Both of y'all think y'all man is bisexual, and y'all only think he bisexual because clearly he messing with you, but you also think he doing him.
Excuse me, if you have input on this particular topic, please be sure to email the B.A.E podcast@gmail.com. Moving on. So I had put up here about Starbucks because I need to discuss this with somebody else to see, is my way of thinking flawed? So, Starbucks, this is kind of old, but y'all, we record every other week, so you're gonna get some old stuff.
Right.
So, Starbucks had allegedly, they put out that memo, that had said, you can't wear Black Lives Matter paraphernalia, whatever. You heard about that, right?
Right.
And, like the next day they said, hold up, wait a minute. We got some shirts coming for y'all. After everybody said like, oh, hell no, we boycotting Starbucks, da-da-da. Next day they said, hold up, we gonna have some shirts y'all can wear. And if you want to wear your pins or whatever, wear it. We change our mind. So a lot of people are like, look at Starbucks. Y'all see, they don't care about y'all. Don't drink them. Keep that same energy. Now, this is my thinking. Now, it could be, I don't know if it's just because I like Starbucks and maybe, I'm whitewashed or what, but this is my thinking. The purpose of boycotting something or to express disdain for something that a company has done is to want them to no longer do that disdainful thing and to do better.
Right.
So if we said, we about to boycott Starbucks because X, Y, and Z, and Starbucks said, hold up, we hear y'all, we're sorry, we are going to change this, we're going to give, and they might have already had the shirts in progress, and maybe they just were telling their people, hey, as a corporate, y'all can't wear whatever y'all want to wear, we're going to give y'all some shirts. I mean, I just don't see how the very next day they can have shirts ready unless it was already in the works. But neither here nor there. If we said we're going to boycott and Starbucks is like, we're sorry, it was a misstep, our bad, we going to fix this, I don't see why we still should be like, no, keep that same energy, we not going to eat with y'all because y'all hurt us and y'all are fixing it. Ain't that the point?
I think I totally agree with what you're saying. Totally agree.
Okay, it does make sense.
Complete.
Okay.
But I think the other thing is that I wonder if we're forgetting the fact that Starbucks messed up already before.
I have considered that.
Okay.
But I guess I look at it like, I think it's kind of weird. Well, I'm so weird. But to me, it doesn't make sense for me to say I'm not going to eat or I don't want to say support. I ain't going to buy from a certain business because one location did something bad.
Right.
Like that doesn't make sense to me because that's one location that has completely different people than the other however many hundreds of locations. So I can understand why some people, I can understand, of course, in the beginning, like, hey, until they get this right, we're not going to. But, they did that. They closed down all of them business. They closed down all of the shops for like that day to try to like educate their employees and stuff like that. Like,
right.
They did do something. If that happened and nothing at all came of it, they didn't try to do nothing. They just like, oh, whatever happened, bada boom, bada bing. Then to me, okay, that's one thing. But they did do something to try to rectify it, X, Y, and Z, this same situation. And like I said, I'm still looking at it like they are a corporation.
So I can understand them maybe being like, hey, you can't just wear whatever because some of the Black Lives Matter stuff that people are wearing, like some of it got bad language on it. Some of it is a little edgy to be wearing in a corporate business. Like, so to me, it just, like I said, if they talk about
language, it's not like just Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Like,
some of them got some stuff like, you fucked with the wrong, da-da-da-da-da. People got, people are being very, I want to say vulgar, but people are definitely saying things to catch attention, to catch attention, so that our message can get clear. I'm supportive of that. I don't mind that at all. But to expect to be able to wear that at your Starbucks job, I think is unrealistic.
Right.
And so for Starbucks to be like, hey, don't wear, you can't wear just whatever your personal thing says about this. I don't necessarily.
I'm pretty sure they also got things that you can't wear certain things to work anyway.
Because what they were saying was, what a lot of us saw things was saying was that they had stuff for LGBT. Like they could wear, the people could wear pins in support of LGBT, and they would have shirts for LGBT stuff. But I'm like, okay, well, if they provided the shirts for, to support the LGBT movement, they said the very next day that they getting Black Lives Matter shirts. Like, was it just that patience wasn't exercised? That y'all kind of like saw this, jumped the gun, and was like, oh, they not whatever, or like, was there not a chance given to see like, are there Black Lives Matter shirts that are being provided, same as? Either which way, I'm just saying, we said we was gonna boycott. We scared them straight, and they like, you know what? Hold up, we sorry. Wear what you want. We support you 100%. And they, even prior to that memo coming out, they had said they were pledging $2 million to the efforts, like, the Black communities and stuff. So it's like, they still. Maybe I just like Starbucks.
That you might be biased, but I also do feel like that we live in a culture that is like unforgiving. It's like, people mess up, they're human. Like at some point, everybody mess up. Ain't nobody gonna get everything right, because ain't nobody Jesus, ain't nobody God, nobody's perfect.
If we're boycotting to send a message, and then the message gets sent, like, how long are we supposed to be like, we still ain't buying from you because you still said what you said? Like, okay.
And then at some point, then that's your decision. But you know what I'm saying? You're just doing too much. And it's a lot of people in this world that just be doing too much. And then it's just like, it's also those people that just want attention. And so they just doing too much just to get people to follow them, just to be like, hey, look at me over here.
Like, did you see the guy from Taco Bell?
Yeah.
They got fired. Like, that one too, I kind of was
fired. I thought they told him to go home or something.
But I think eventually he ended up getting fired. I don't know. Well, I also kind of was like, I'm not kind of seeing an issue. Like, if she's saying you can't wear nothing on the mask, like she ain't say you just can't wear, like if they're saying you have to wear a plain mask and your mask ain't plain, why you wear it?
I ain't even listened to the discussion. So they said you had to wear a plain mask, but you had words on it. So everybody else's mask is plain. He don't want.
I don't know if everybody, I can only go by like the conversation I heard him having with the lady, but she was just like, you can't have nothing on your mask. I'm sorry, it's corporate, it's not me. And I'm like, well, if he can't have nothing on his mask, it sounds like it's less about what is on his mask and it's more about the fact that he got something on his mask, period. Unless I heard it wrong. If I heard that wrong, can y'all email us?
Right, because
email us.
I don't. Yeah, because I didn't listen to that in its entirety, so I didn't.
Yeah, I saw it before it was like posted on stuff. I was like, well,
but let me tell you something. I feel like these people playing anyway, and I'm gonna say it because I saw people today, Black people, everybody indifferent, people in general, people, because it ain't just Black people, it's just people playing. They playing on time. They taking advantage of this opportunity, this moment, or whatever they're doing. So I saw a video today of a Black man, and I from the point of the recording of what I saw, the man was already on the ground. So I don't know what transpired before. Let me be very clear. But all I know is from what I saw, that Black man played. He was talking, and then it also bothered me because I'm just like, I know he's not saying I can't breathe just to say I can't breathe.
Wait, honey, I ain't seen it. Where
is
it?
Look at it. It was on Facebook. So first off, he was hollering, screaming, making all this noise. This big Beluga bear Black man screaming, hollering.
Not Beluga bear.
He was saying he couldn't breathe, and he was being arrested by the police. But then when the one police officer was on him trying to whatever. He said, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe." Okay. They then tried to proceed to lift him up. There's one man on one arm underneath it, and it was another man on the other side, another officer.
So was somebody on his? Was anybody on him for him not to breathe?
They were on. It was a guy on his, like the guy was on his belly, and the guy was on his back. The guy had a knee on the guy's back. That's what it appeared. Okay. But I'm saying when he started to say, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe," they lifted it up.
Oh, okay.
And they lifted it up. One was under one arm, one was under the other arm, and they were both standing up. Do you know this man would not put his feet on the ground? You know how kids have tantrums and they keep their feet up so you can't stand them up? Mind you, this man is still saying, "I can't breathe."
And they trying to pick him up.
And they're trying to pick him up.
Well, you know, everybody ain't gonna be good representatives of the movement. Everybody ain't gonna make us look good.
So I saw one of the police officers just walked away. He was just
because he said, "You know what? Not today. I ain't got time."
It was because everybody had the camera and they just like, "You hurting him," and I'm just looking like, this man is hurting himself.
No, that police officer said, "You know what?" He said not today. Not you with that episode of Insecure, they were like, "Not me, not today." That's what he said. He said, because this man right here is foolish.
Because I'm just like, I hope he's not just saying something. He said they trying to kill me.
Well, what were they out? What were they seeing him for? Did that come out?
This is in Newport News, mind you. This is local. This is not anywhere. So that's why I was just like, when he was saying they're trying to kill him, they're actually trying to lift him up, and he would not put his legs on the ground. So
he was a big man,
huge, and so then it was two other officers. One lady, she just standing there watching, looking like what, like. So eventually, they try to like get his legs and put him in the car. He put in his legs so he can't get in the car. I'm just like, I don't know, but I thought about, are people traumatized because of what's going on? You don't even want to go to jail. I'm just trying to figure it all out. Like, are you making a mockery of everything? Are you really scared?
To me, to be genuinely scared to go to jail, I actually can understand that. But I feel like you still shouldn't be hollering out, "You can't breathe," when you can. Like if no one's on you, like they're literally trying to pick you up and you still hollering out, "You can't breathe." Even though they trying to kill me, I could kind of go with that one. Because if you scared to go to jail because they gonna kill you, hey. But to say you can't breathe and ain't nobody on your neck, ain't nobody on your nothing, you are clearly.
I mean, based off what I'm like, maybe something transpired.
You got to send me the video when you see it.
I sent it to you.
Oh, you just did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was sent to me this morning, and I watched it this morning, and I was just like, really like, this better not be a mockery. Like, that's not. I was just very taken aback by the whole video. But yeah, that happened in Newport News today. So I'm just at this point like,
I hate that messenger. Okay, there we go. Could you watch this with a straight face the way he was screaming?
No, that's always like, what is going on?
I just wanted to make sure I won't just be insensitive. I feel so bad. I should not be laughing, but the way he is screaming.
And then once you see what he looked like, you like, okay.
Maybe he was drunk. Maybe he was under the influence or something.
Is another person being arrested? He just sitting there looking.
Girl, I ain't got to the other person yet.
He on the other side of the car just looking like.
Oh, I see the man walked away. Who said he good? Is that the black officer saying he good? No, this video has a lot going on. Oh yeah, no.
And it don't help that the spectators are like just yelling.
Yelling, right? Like no one's on him. And why did they say his legs are under the car? Like what I got to do with anything?
It was just people.
Oh yeah.
When he wouldn't put his legs on the ground though, I was too through. I was like, oh, he's playing that.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna
He would not put his legs on the ground to walk.
He probably is under the influence. He probably was under the influence. Because it, like before they even stood him up when he was saying I can't breathe, nobody was touching his back. They were no.
And I don't like that at all.
No, look, now the spectators say, put your legs down.
Exactly. Put your,
even the spectators are like, okay now.
I was so like.
Yeah, nah. They're like, come on, man. Like, put your legs down. Somebody called a sergeant, no. And look, and I was only a minute and a half in. I had a whole another minute and a half to go. Yes, black people, stop playing.
Like I felt like, are you real? Like this is not even like a joke, and you really
we have a real life movement. We had a real life movement going on. So can we stop? We like a real one. I don't think it's ever gonna go back. I think things are genuinely gonna change. Like I think it's never gonna go back the same. I think things are really riled up, and so I'm gonna need for us to keep the real movement proceeding, because that was a mess.
And it just reminded me of mental health clients that they know the exact words to say when they want to be hospitalized. I'm gonna kill myself. How you gonna do it? Oh, I'm gonna get a knife. Like it's like you say just the right thing to say to be hospitalized because you want to get hospitalized. Like those repeat offenders that like to go into the hospital, like to have a break. It's like that same mentality. They just say anything when they know they're not gonna do anything. Like I'm just like, are you just saying that because I'm like, sir.
Maybe he does have mental issues. Maybe so I'm gonna say maybe he's either under the influence of a substance, or maybe he does have some mental issues that has caused that.
Just because of that, just because
I can't see somebody in their right mind acting like that. Not the way he was screaming. Not the way he was screaming. Lord forgive us for chuckling, because that was not funny. But the way he was screaming, I just couldn't help myself. Like, what in the world? Who is hollering like that? I see why they ran down the street, because if I heard that, I would be like, who is making all that noise?
Exactly.
All we can do is pray for him.
Exactly. Another thing is that I'm noticing that we're getting so creative with these cakes. And when people do cakes for people, like on, like the 3D cakes. But I've been seeing a lot of ghetto shit lately with people putting Percocet pills, weed, blunts, hot Cheetos. I didn't see like a hot Cheeto cake.
Moving on to another discussion. There ain't nothing to say about that either. And now this is something I do want to talk about. I want your input on this. So, the last couple of weeks, B. Simone has been in the limelight.
Right.
And so I'll do a recap for anyone that doesn't know, which everybody probably do know. But I want to do this recap too, because the question I'm going to ask you. So in the very beginning, there was the issue with what she said about, as she said some negative things about people going out and protesting. Again, she might have, I think a lot of what B. Simone says is just poor word choice.
Yes.
A lot of times I can see what she means when she says it, but I see why people take it negatively, and I see it's poor word choice. So there was that, the issues that she said about, I'm a godly woman, even after, penises and all that kind of stuff she be, doing and saying and nasty things. I'm a godly woman, and I'm not going to be angry, and I ain't going to go protest, or, some protest, and I ain't going to be angry, da-da-da. That's again, if y'all want to hear exactly what she said, you need to go look, because the way I'm going to say it may sound a little worse. And then she said thing about the 9 to 5s again. Like, But again, we talked about this last podcast. I get where she was going. However, she could have said it differently. Again, I felt like her explanation of why she felt like someone with a 9-to-5 wouldn't work was unrealistic. You can have somebody with 9-to-5 that understands your lifestyle. Furthermore, somebody else made a good point because they said she's talking about people with 9-to-5s, talking to her boss, talking about she was an entrepreneur. I said, well, ain't that a point? She's talking to Nick Cannon, who technically employs her. You are somebody's employee. I didn't even think of that. Twitter will give you gems, okay? Twitter will give you gems. So there's that. Then it came out about her book. Now, the first is a part A and a part B to the book. The part A is that the book was poor quality. When I saw her promoting the book,
right? It's a workbook, right? I believe.
But when she promoted it, at no point was the word workbook promoted when she was promoting it, and she was like, y'all buy my book. It's my manifestation book. I manifested the life that I want, and I want y'all to do the same too. Read my book so that you can help get the life that you want, blah blah blah.
To be a millionaire.
She never said workbook. The pictures that they were posting, it looked like a book. Now granted, she did go live where I did see some lives where it was apparently that you could see it was a little thinner than I thought, but a lot of the posts I saw, it made it look like it was a book. So then this girl posted a video on Twitter that was like, y'all, look at this book. It is practically photocopied papers. They said it was typing error. There was typos in there. Said it was emojis in the book. The book was flimsy. It was pulling apart. Work pages. It was like, well, I haven't gotten to part B yet. I'm still on part A about the quality. The quality was piss poor. And, I looked at the book was, I think, $25. With shipping, I think they said it was $36. Oh, Michelle Obama, I looked it up. Michelle Obama's book was hardcover, 360 pages, and it won't even $36. And you mean to tell me the first lady that wrote a whole memoir of stuff, and you charging $36 for a book that ain't hardcover, and it had not even a fraction of the pages? You probably was like 1/10 of her book. That's the one part. That's part A. Okay. So the quality of the book, distasteful. Then you get to part B where the girl plagiarized.
Right. A mess.
How you gonna plagiarize the book? And see, plagiarizing the book is one thing, but again, her book tour leading all the way up, she said there's plenty of recordings and lives of her saying, I wrote this book for y'all. I wrote this book. Ain't nothing in this book that I wouldn't want y'all to see. Wait, but I thought you wrote the book. How you plagiarize the book? So this is my thing. I've seen several people be like, y'all don't care that much about plagiarism, or why y'all trying to tear her down, or this and that. And it's like, I agree that sometimes people cancel people before, like, people make one mistake, boom, they want to get them out of there. But the girl has repeatedly over the last month did mess after mess after mess. And so when I see these people that are posting like, y'all just want to tear her down, leave her alone, I'm like, but she doing it. She's saying it. She putting it out there. At what point are people supposed to be like, the person that you are portraying, the product you are portraying does not match up for your target demographic, and so you need to get better here. And so the folks defending like, y'all, why are y'all leave that girl alone? Stop picking on her. Like, how are they picking on her when she is trying to tell people how to be business people, how to be entrepreneurs, how to manifest this stuff, and she can't even get her own business right. You trying to give people game, and you got the game wrong.
All wrong. But you know what too, and then even with her apology, it was like, I'm taking
I hated that apology.
Oh, I'm taking accountability, but
they did it.
But they did it. Right. So I'm just like, taking accountability for real, because at the end of the day, your name on the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Not only that, she said that they hired a design team. The design team that did it, because, and again, people could be having screenshots. The design team that did it is her manager's design team. Her manager, Miss Skittles or whatever, apparently has a design team that's called like Cupcake Mafia or something. So what you mean you hired a design team when your manager manages the design team that you hired?
Meaning she don't manage at all.
Meaning that I mean, I'm saying you blame it. You're trying to blame a third party, but the third party is the people that you work with directly. Because if it's her manager's separate design team, I can't see her manager hiring another design team. Well, if I have a client that needs designs, well, I'm gonna get a third party when I can make that in house. I just don't understand why the people act like
how do you feel like you should have handled the situation?
Well, not plagiarized or not did a bad product. The other stuff, the stuff she said about 9 to 5 and the stuff that she said about the protests and that to me was like, girl, you dumb. You shouldn't have said that, whatever. But like this, and like people that were like, y'all don't care about plagiarizing that much. I don't know about other people, but as a college graduate of a master's and a bachelor's and a master's, I care about plagiarism that much. Because I have spent hours making sure that I'm not plagiarizing. I have spent hours because this is what gets me. A research paper is plagiarism, but you just citing where you got what you're saying. I have spent time making sure, okay, did I cite this right? Did I make sure that I cited this? Because I care about plagiarism that much. Right. Because it has been the bane of my existence. When I was in school, I care. You're plagiarizing.
But then at some point too, it's like she's playing you for a fool, like, and just to think like somebody else came up with that and they spent their hard-earned time coming up with that, and you just take it and don't give credit when it's due.
Regardless of plagiarizing, that's just dishonest and that's ugly.
Right, it is. And it's just the fact of the matter is that she played you like I think one of the funny examples was like she made $1 million because she was selling the lip glosses from AliExpress, repackaging the lip gloss from AliExpress.
She was?
That's what somebody said that I was. But you
know what else she did?
But
I forgot. I found out later because they said this on Twitter too. She was selling that manitizer. You saw that?
I don't know what that is.
She was selling disinfectant in the middle of the pandemic when people could hardly find Lysol and stuff for like $40, $30. And people are like, people are desperately in need of disinfectant. And you are selling it as a novelty item, calling it manitizer to keep the fuckboys away. When people are like trying not to die. How distasteful do you have to be?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either until I'm saying like on Twitter they have been dragging her for filth. They were like, oh, we've been sick of her. It's a pandemic.
I just feel like at some point, yeah, she needs a break. Like at some point, she needs who is it? A&R? Who does she need?
She needs Ayalana.
Yeah, but she also needs like a publicist.
A PR.
She just be talking. I say A&R.
She just be doing stuff. And I'm like, people are like, y'all just leave her alone. Why y'all keep trying to tear this black woman down? And I'm looking like, y'all do realize her top demographic is black women. So this shit that she's doing, this bad quality book that she's charging other women $36 for, that is literally falling apart practically on arrival. Y'all don't care about that? Y'all don't care about that. Or the fact that she is ripping off white women to sell this stuff to black women after claiming this is the stuff that I did to make my $1 million. I did this, and sis, you can do it too. Ma'am, this is stuff you got from somebody else. Who was Crystal from the Read? She had tweeted. She said, "I'm really mad at B. Simone now because now she got me siding with white women." And then it was this one black girl, the only one that I seen post anything, because she ripped off this one girl that had a whole website, and she didn't even change the font. Then it was like Happy Planner or some planner company. She took their stuff. Right. Apparently, it was this black girl. Which, I'm all for sisterhood, but don't be no fool. It was this black girl that tweeted, yes, originally I was upset with B. Simone because I thought she had taken my stuff, but I just got off the phone with her manager and it was an innocent mistake. We are good now or something. And I'm like, you dumb hoe. You better still be suing her ass. Right. It was an honest mistake. Man.
And of course it was a mistake. I don't think she did it on purpose.
She didn't think she was going to get caught? Oh, no. Well, I don't necessarily think that she did not do it on purpose.
Well, I don't know about her, but I wonder if the team. Now, I'm wondering if her, because at some point, who really if their name online, you really gonna sit up there and like really? Ma'am. No, like you said, she didn't even change the font.
This is my thing. your book is 30 pages. You couldn't authentically write a 30-page book?
No.
People have written theses and dissertations that are pages on page. You couldn't write a 30-page book.
I mean, what is it about? I mean, what can you write about?
Manifestation.
But she's not even that, like, she don't come off as this 30-page.
Well, look, that's why I didn't read. That's why I didn't order it. I'm like,
intelligent. I'm just saying.
Right. Well, no. That's literally like, I was like, even if this is great, I'm like, well, I don't necessarily, I don't see her being an author or to say intelligent things in her book for me, myself, to want to buy it.
To want to read
But this is my thing. Even for you to try to put on somebody else, like, it's 30 pages or 45. It ain't no vast book where she couldn't have flipped through every single page to make sure stuff wasn't awry, in my opinion.
She could have done much better if she would have figured out a creative way to charge people to look at her vlog or something like that. Because I would have actually enjoyed that probably a little bit more, because she did a little bit of details, like little videos of like how she worked her way up the milk.
I heard that.
She could have did a whole vlog and charged people for that and said, this is how you manifest your way to getting.
Child, make an OnlyFans. She could have made an OnlyFans and had little clips. Now that we know that OnlyFans ain't just for the naked.
And we just proved that her creativity ain't creative, because I don't know why
but she an entrepreneur.
Maybe
look,
I don't know.
All I'm saying, this is my thing. Like I said, for y'all think that plagiarism, like I do take plagiarism seriously, like I did, because I have actively had to. What was a smart sheet or whatever that thing is you had to submit your papers to that would give you a percentage of how much your paper was plagiarized.
Right.
Like,
I had to go back several times, like over my senior paper, because they're like, "Oh, it's plagiarized," and I'm like, "Bruh, I'm so sick of it."
Right? We take it seriously, So I just, like I said, my whole thing was, it's been repeat after repeat after repeat, and the people that are in the shade room comments and spiritual word comments saying, y'all need to stop picking on that girl, leave her alone, stop trying to tear down another black woman, blah blah blah. I just think it's ridiculous, because this woman is literally her demographic is black women that she's trying to get over on, and y'all are still defending her like, no, she could be canceled. I mean, she ain't really got to be canceled. All she got to do is go sit down somewhere. Go sit down somewhere for a little bit, and she could reemerge, and people would probably be like, oh, okay.
That's true. That's
like, just sit down and stop making mistakes. Now, but what do you think about the clip that came out? The clip was from like 2017 where you heard that? She was on the Horrible Decisions podcast, and she said something about like, I support the LGBT lettuce tomato something, pretty much LBGT. And she made a joke like, I support the LGBT lettuce tomato onions, whatever. She said that. And then she has a transgender friend, and she called and she referred to the transgender friend as a tranny. And so people were like, if that's your friend, you should already know that's a slur that you shouldn't be using.
Right.
But the thing is from 2017. So some people are kind of like, well, it's from 2017, whatever. And other people are like, even more, get her out of here.
So they just trying to get her out. Lord, she learning, please.
Honey, she's hard-headed. That she had to have this many lessons in this short span of time.
I wonder if that is the whole thing also too, with just social media stars, because social media people that come up in that, because at some point they are applauded and they are recognized because they were being jokes or just being honest about, just doing whatever they wanted to do at some point, because it was their platform and they got popularity off of that. So they don't know how, once they get there, like, okay, now you can't do but so much.
Well, I don't know, just where her attitude.
I say that because Just Hilarious has been like the same thing, like, to me, in my opinion. It's just like back to back, you just keep doing dumb shit. And she always feels
I don't think Just Hilarious has been this back to back with it. She's been back to back, but she is
like, because she did like the Delta stuff. I mean, maybe because she's not on that level, but I feel like she was doing a lot back to back too.
Maybe B. Simone has done more stuff that has caught my attention. Maybe that's what it is. She's done more stuff to come. But because then you also got to take consideration how she got on Twitter and was like, y'all can't cancel me on this app. Which don't nobody like nothing but a challenge. How do you make your career on social media?
Right.
And then you gonna tell the people that have supported you via social media that I can't be canceled. Y'all can't cancel me on this app.
You crazy.
Jeez. All you can do is pray for it, yeah.
And bug crazy.
They just need good but maybe because they're not at the right level of stardom, maybe they don't have good publicists.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you can get somebody fresh out of college to help you better than that. I mean, you ain't even a publicist, and you know that a lot of stuff she's saying is
she needs one.
Not flattering. I don't know. Maybe she'll do better. She been quiet this week, but like every week that she quiet, she come back with a banger.
Doing something. up in the thing she did from the last time, like doing something. I'm gonna get him with this one.
Ooh, God bless her. She just, child. But I think that's all I got. What else you got, honey? You got something new? No. You got a few more things that's still up here.
No, we're gonna tap out, and because I'm ready to go to bed, and
okay.
I'm take a shower and stuff.
I gotta put my desk together. One of my desk finally got here for me to put it in my room right before I go back to work. You said what?
Hey, y'all ready to wrap it up? We can do the rest of the stuff in 2 weeks.
You have a B.A.E?
I do. So my B.A.E for today, I actually could not get all the detailed information, but I really wanted to, I guess, focus my attention on an activist named Gary Chambers Jr. From Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Did you see that video that went viral?
Oh, yes. Well, he read Connie for filth.
Yes. So he was.
Has Connie been back?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if Connie came back.
What was the deposition? I don't even know what it was. Like, what was the final say that she's off the school board?
Well, apparently, like I know what the school board you have to be elected in, so I don't know if it's as simple.
Yeah, you have to resign.
Yeah, I think she would have to actually resign. Yeah. So
she did put out an apology and said she was not Connie.
What'd she say?
She said she was not online shopping. It was an ad that popped up, and she didn't close it out.
Okay, but baby, they got the video of you scrolling. So whether you were shopping on the website or whether you were shopping on the ad, you were looking at whatever was on your screen.
That was her rebuttal. So backstory to this is that Gary Chambers Jr., like I said, he's an activist. He was at a school board meeting.
He did so good.
East Baton Rouge. What they're trying to change the name of the school. So the school was already changed. It used to be Robert E. Lee, I think the whole name. They dropped the Robert E. and kept the Lee. So now they're saying take the Lee off, because of everything that's going on with Black Lives Matter. And of course, a lot of places are trying to take away these people from history that basically are not good people in history. So as he was there to present his speech, he happened to notice that Connie Bernard, I think it's Bernard is how her last name is pronounced, that she was online. Look, he took a picture of her and she's scrolling, as Leslie said.
It was
a video of scrolling on his
right.
Her computer as they're talking about having this whole discussion at the school board meeting. So when he goes up there, Mr. Chambers goes up there to present. At that point, that's when he threw away everything he was going to say and confronted.
But he said it so effortlessly. I mean, did he even stutter?
No, but he is at some point he's an advocate. So
what reminds me of? Remember that lady? It was a lady that I think she was at the Women's March. Remember you gave her B.A.E too because she just was. Oh, I forgot her name. You remember what I'm talking about? You gave her B.A.E too because she just effortlessly.
Tiffany from the NAACP.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think it might have been Tiffany from NAACP. I got a bump. I don't know where this comes from, but he is also like one of the co-owners of the Road Collection, which is a like media source. I was looking at that. Then he has that, and then of course I believe, I don't know if he's trying to go political at some point to some magnitude, because he has a Chambers for Change. He calls himself a change agent. And he has like all of these things that he's trying to campaign. It looks like he's trying to actually get donations so that he's able to campaign. So I believe that he is trying to be in some type of political position. I think that is the, if he isn't trying to, he's pursuing it, or he is. But it does seem like that is the way of where he's going. So, which is really good, because like, yeah, he did that when he said that.
He did it.
He got so much education. He was so knowledgeable about everything he was even talking about.
Like the names that he just spit off on what they could. Like, y'all can name it this, or y'all can name it that. Who did this? This is like, yeah, he was
right.
on
It was
it.
like that, yeah. And even when I listened to some of his news interviews that he's done since this incident, he speaks like he knows what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like he understands politics. He understands the importance of local legislation, and how the importance of you to vote, and how that affects everything. You know what I'm saying? Because even speaking about, just speaking about, basically, to me, he kind of was speaking about how it is the school to prison pipeline, how the effective education then determines where you end up. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like he's really passionate about that. But
he was awesome.
Yeah, his Instagram is Gary Chambers Jr. He's also on Facebook. But like I said, I couldn't get in like background on him that I was trying to look for, and I looked a lot.
Well, but he was awesome, and that was a good day. Do you have any flower seeds for the single?
So, my tip is not a tip. My tip is actually a question, and maybe you can answer the question. So, I don't know if we talked about this recently. Anyway, just recently, somebody actually went viral from Hampton. I don't know if Leslie knew it.
Howard.
It was that dumb ass whatever. Yes.
Yeah, he went to Hampton.
Yeah, so my question is not necessarily pertaining to that, but it kind of is, because I just wonder, I was just thinking, I'm trying to figure out, when did exclusive become a part of dating? Like, when did that become a part of the cycle of dating anyway? Like, when, because it seemed like at once upon a time it was you single, you go on a few dates, and then it's like, oh, I want to be with you. Like, when I'm trying to figure out, when did it become this part of we exclusive, and now
but we're not together.
We exclusive, but we're not together. You still single, but we're exclusively dating, and then it comes to the part that you're like, now you get the title. But of course, what was in his little breakdown? He had talking for 2 years, exclusive for 3.
Well, I think that he was being facetious. I don't think but a lot of people were retweeting him like he was being dead serious. I don't think he was being serious when I'm pretty sure he tweeted it and did not expect for it to go viral.
Right. Because it was retarded.
That was too ridiculous.
But I do wonder, when is being exclusive necessary?
I don't know. I don't really feel like it is necessary, because if I'm gonna be exclusive, we might as well just be boyfriend, girlfriend. Granted, me and Michael did do that. Like, we were exclusive, and I was like, I don't want him to be my boyfriend, because when he became my boyfriend, everything changed like a dummy. I also was like 22. I was a dummy. But it's really no point. Like, if y'all gonna be exclusive and not seeing other people, you might as well just put a title on it and say boyfriend, girlfriend.
I was just like, yeah. So that was my dating question.
Okay.
Is there a actual point of...
Maybe we can make a poll of that on the B.A.E pod. Maybe we can do a poll. Like, is there a need to be exclusive but not together?
Right. Because
do it on yours too, because you get all the action on your page.
It just seems at some point that people have made that a part of the dating cycle, though. Like,
I didn't know that was a part.
Me neither. And recently, but yeah,
Okay, well, Anything else to add on that?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna bust out. I got a tech tip. It's real quick. Last week, Apple did their developer conference where they show all of the new software and other stuff. But I'm gonna go straight to the point of the part that you probably would be interested in, Jasmine. So they're doing some new features to messages. One thing is that they're gonna have mentions where, like, if you're in a group chat and someone asks a question, you could actually at the person that you're asking. So everyone doesn't get the alert. Just the person that they actually mention or ask it to will get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're also gonna do like inline replies. So let's say, like, several people are, like, in the chat, and someone asks a question like somebody asks a specific question, but the conversation is still continuing on about other stuff. You can reply directly to that message where the question was, and it'll drop down right under it. So it's not like, you gotta, somebody asked a question 5 minutes and then you answer 5 minutes later and you're doing all that. Like, you can answer directly under it. And then they're gonna have where you can pin messages to the top. So if it's somebody that you may message all the time, if it's somebody that you message often, you can pin their messages at the top so that you may not have to, like, scroll. Like, for instance, like my dad, I don't text my daddy every single day. Or, well, I'll say like my family, my dad and my stepmom. I don't put in the group chat every day. But then when I do want to put something in the group chat, I gotta, like, scroll through all the people that I do message all the time and stuff. I have to just have them right at the top for when I am ready to say something to them real quick. So it's like some cool stuff. It's other stuff happening too. Outside of messages, like, they're gonna have widgets now. So, right now widgets are just on the today screen when you scroll over to the left. Mm-hmm. They're gonna make it where you could put it anywhere on the screen, like on any of your pages. They're gonna have different size.
New update.
Yeah, this iOS 14, so it'll come out when the new iPhone comes out.
Oh, I already have it.
They're gonna come out with a new iPhone. They come out with an iPhone every year.
Yeah, but I'm saying I have the iOS 14 update.
No, you don't. Oh, you got the beta?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that wasn't it. I wouldn't have recommended that. But you can get the beta. They don't recommend getting the beta on your main phone because betas have a lot of glitches and stuff like that. So you can have issues with your phone. And then if you have issues with your phone, you have to do a complete reset and go back to the old software. I used to get the betas all the time, but I stopped because then when the new software would actually come out, like, I'd be bored with it already because it's like, I've been at it.
When does it come out? You said when
the new iPhone comes out.
But they didn't give a date for it?
With the new iPhone, they usually announce it in September, and it's usually available 2 weeks later, usually.
Oh, yeah, wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah. iPhones generally come out towards the end of the year.
I never knew that. I never really.
No. Yeah. I don't really got no hair tip. I gotta do my hair. Actually, it's time for me to dye it. It's looking real blonde. It's looking blonde, or is it looking? It's not looking orange anymore, is it?
No, it looks orange.
Well, it doesn't look vibrant.
It looks orange, but it got like it looked like it got highlights.
Yes, it's not the vibrant copper that I want. So I'll probably be dyeing my hair either this week or next. I'll go to Cosmo tomorrow and probably get some hair dye so I can dye my hair and do it. It's feeling kind of dry. But that's all I got.
That's all I got too.
We had a good show today. Good job. We sounded prepared.
Right, we did.
This is what we do now, y'all. I made us a little note page on the iPhone. So Jasmine ain't got to be flipping the pages of her planner no more. And I ain't got to just be clueless. I don't have to just be completely clueless as to whatever because I done forgot my notebook at home, even though I'm at home. So, today's July 1st. Maybe I'll go downstairs and walk on a treadmill for like 30 minutes.
You have fun doing that.
I have to because at this point now, I have let myself go for quarantine.
Anyways.
I have our water. I haven't even drunk today.
Did you press stop recording, girl? Bye!
So, thank y'all for listening. We'll catch y'all next time. Like and subscribe us on YouTube if we actually end up on YouTube. Any last words?
Why would
any last words before I? All right.
Don't drip too hard.